Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Joy Taylor. On today's show, are the Cavaliers back in control of their series against the Celtics? Plus, why LeBron James needs to keep going all out to keep the Cavs alive. And should the Patriots be concerned that Brady and Gronk are missing OTAs? Skip, Shannon, let's get to it. The Cavs beat the Celtics 111-102 last night, and the series is now tied 2-2. LeBron was dominant on the offensive end with 44 points on 28 shots. Korver added 14 points and 3 block shots. And Game 5 is tomorrow night in Boston. We're joined now by FS1 NBA analyst Eddie House. Welcome, Eddie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Eddie, are the Cavs now in control of the series?
No doubt, no doubt. I think what happened, Cleveland came out, took care of their business at home, right? We all know that Boston struggles on the road. We know their struggles. But I think yesterday was their best opportunity to seize their moment because they're young, you know, and to get that monkey off your back with a win. I expected them to come out with a little bit more energy than they did in that first quarter. I think Cleveland had a better defensive energy, better offensive energy. Guys scored in the first quarter for Boston, but I just didn't think that they looked like the same exact team, and due to their youth. And again, sometimes you have to lose to understand how to win. So you never want to go through it. And I seen LeBron, I was a part of that in 2010, 2011 when he didn't show up, wasn't himself in those finals. But he understood exactly how to win that next year. And I think this is going to be the learning curve and the learning experience for Boston because they're running up against a monster right now. And when you have a guy like that on the ropes, you got to knock him out. You can't give him another chance. And they keep giving him opportunities, keep giving him life. Korver's found a new life.
Yes.
J.R. Smith is now hitting shots. And when those things start happening and LeBron is being LeBron, Cleveland is tough to beat.
You okay?
Oh, no.
Huh?
No, I'm going to be okay.
Are you crying?
Yeah, they had him, Skip. They had him. Because here's the thing. Being 2-2 with Cleveland as opposed to being 2-2 with Milwaukee is a different animal. They know they're up against it. The Celtics know this is an absolute must-win. Because if they don't win the Game 5 tomorrow night, Skip, when they get on that plane to Cleveland, they might as well go ahead and call it. They should call the moving company.
Yep.
Turn off the power, you know, the electricity, all that
I
stuff.
agree.
Because it's over. It's over anyway. Because you know why it's over? Old GOAT.
Yeah, old
Because old Brad Stevens can't find a way to do what he going to do with old GOAT. He had no intention.
I like how you call him old goat because he's looking old.
No. OLE. Old GOAT.
Oh,
That's what they call it. You know what I'm saying? That was not old.
That didn't look like an old 44 last night.
Yeah, but
What?
he has to rest.
The thing is, I didn't even know. I didn't even know the man had 44 until they flashed it up on the thing. And then look, I ain't got no spleen, I ain't got no practice. He done gutted them just like that. I was like, what? How did he get all those points? Because Skip Bayless told me what he needed to do. He needed to sustain that. He did. He got 11, 13, 9, you know, 22, 22, you know, 44. I was like, huh? Skip, they up against it. Because they really, unless you come and take that ball out of his hands. If I'm them, if I'm Brad Stevens, Kyle Korver, if you can beat me, JR, if you can beat me, Kevin Love, if you can beat me, so be it. You know that guy can beat you because he's done it to so many other teams. I'm getting the ball out of his hand. But keep on doing that thing, Brad Stevens. Keep on doing it your way.
Yeah, genius, right? Brad Stevens?
Yeah.
But he didn't pack his genius?
But
Cleveland? I don't know.
Okay, he's a
What
genius.
happened?
But he's the genius of the geniuses.
Oh, okay.
Einstein, Gold Einstein, James.
You want to know the truth about what happened we just saw in Game 3 and 4? It was an indictment of what should have happened in Games 1 and 2 because the shame of this series is that Cleveland didn't win one of those first two games, especially, well, I didn't even say Game 1. I just thought that would be the statement game where LeBron would just come out and triple-double them and say, that's enough of you guys. You had your little fun with Philadelphia, another young team that didn't know how to win, and this is it, into the line right here, and instead, the Cavaliers came out lifeless, effortless, especially on the defensive end, led by LeBron, and then they go home, and LeBron is the spearhead of the defense. He is the one who sets the defensive tone in both Game 3 and Game 4, and they just took Boston right out of everything they do on offense because the truth is, Boston's not real good on offense. They're just too young, and they ranked 18th overall during the regular season in offense, and that was with Kyrie Irving. And now they don't have Kyrie, and they don't have Gordon Hayward, and they don't even have Shane Larkin or Daniel Tice. And remember, Shane Larkin had a 16-point game this year. He was kind of like you when you played at Boston. He was that kind of, you bring that pop off the bench. Huh?
Don't do that.
Well, come in.
Don't do that.
You said Shane Larkin and Daniel Tice with you.
If he don't stop it.
Well, did you not come off the bench?
Yeah, but I knock down shots consistently.
Okay, I got it. But and you're starting to bleed a little green because you still got it in you, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I know, I got it. But Daniel Tice Daniel Tice had a 19-point game, and you were with the team that won the championship in Boston, so you get what it feels like, and you know what the energy is going to be in that building. The team isn't remotely as good as the team you played on in Boston. They're just not. And they got put back in their place in games 3 and 4. They got relegated. They got exposed. They were way overrated. The coach was overrated. He's not there. He's a fine young coach, but let's let him win something.
But Skip,
let him win something.
That's not fair to that team. Kevin Garnett is old enough to be Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's dad.
Well, now he is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that was a veteran ball club back then.
I got it. Well, so is your team.
Yeah.
So are the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
That's why they're about to win this.
Huh?
That's why they're about to win this series.
I already said it. I thought it'd be over in 5, and it should have been over in 5, and now it's going to be over in 6.
They definitely should have won game 2, Skip, because remember they had the lead, and then they got outscored 36-14 because they had a 7-point lead at the half.
Terrible.
And then they played no defense in the third quarter.
No defense.
The Celtics get their momentum going, and boom.
And the role players wasn't showing up for Cleveland. They're starting to show up now. And if you're getting 13 out of Tristan Thompson, I mean, come on, man. You only looking for a 6 out of him.
That's it.
7 tops. He getting 13. He rebounding the basketball. Kyle Korver's knocking down shots.
Okay, but
J.R. Smith is getting more confidence.
I got it. But the bottom line to last night was Cleveland showed up on defense at the rim, and they blocked 8 shots. Yeah. And LeBron didn't even block a shot because, to your point, they didn't need LeBron to block a shot. Kyle Korver blocked 3, and he blocked 2 of Jaylen Brown shots at the rim.
And I've been really hard on Kyle Korver before, but this series and these playoffs, I'm telling you, his effort, the way he's been playing, he's been giving championship effort, and that has to, you got to give somebody credit for that. He's been getting on the floor, diving in the stands, trying to save balls and things like that.
He's not a guy that's going to slide his feet. He's not a guy that can sit down in the chair.
I don't know. He tries hard.
But he does. That's all you want. You want effort.
He has great hands. I mean, Skip, he's pigeon-toed. I mean, last night I didn't know where to say congratulations to throw bird seed at the TV, Joy. I didn't know. But he played met Jaylen Brown twice at the rim, Skip.
Why would you shame somebody on your squad? He's your guy.
That's my guy. I love Kyle Korver.
He's what you call help for the king.
Stop.
The king has help.
Stop.
Has Tristan not done a defensive number on
Korver? And I said that's what we needed.
Unbelievable.
They almost got back in the game because they had Jordan Clarkson, and the Celtics came in with 2 bigs. They had Baines and they had Al Horford. I'm like, you need to take Clarkson out and put Kevin Love back in the game. They go Ty Lue he falls in love. He wants to play the small ball. Nah, bro, you can't play that small ball when they got 2 bigs because they're going to start crushing you on the boards when they miss shots. But he got Kevin Love back in there. And LeBron, LeBron can't get no breath. I mean, he tried to take a break. The next thing I know, when that joker stand up, Skip, he like chamomile tea. He has a calm and soothing effect on him. Everything's going to be okay.
He can't take a break?
Oh, no.
But he took a big one in Game 7 against the Pacers, and guess what happened?
Skip.
Lead went from 1 to 12?
Skip,
They won that game, though.
Skip, that man had 45.
Huh?
That man had 45.
Well, he didn't score 45 while he was out for 5 crucial minutes.
As a matter of fact, he scored 38 before he went out, and then he came back and dropped that 7 on that hammer on him.
Yeah, but the hammer really got dropped by Kevin Love, who scored what?
He scored 8 points.
8 points in the 5 minutes LeBron was gone.
But he ended up having 14.
He inconsistent too, only 9 points last night. I need a little bit more out of him.
He got fouled trouble that broke his rhythm.
Yeah, you know who else? Boston, they've been getting in foul trouble too. I think that's been hurting them. You look at Jaylen Brown got in early foul trouble in Game 3 and then Game 4. Yesterday was Marcus Morris. They got to try to stay out of foul, but that's their youth right there.
Celtics are getting intimidated. They missed 15 shots at the rim last night, including 3 dunks. Because they're looking.
Kevin Love.
They know who's coming.
Yeah,
they thought they had him, but
Kevin Love missed a lot of shots at the rim too, Skip.
He does.
Wait a second. Who leads all players?
Stay smoking
Wait
layups.
a second. Who leads all players in postseason rebounding? Help me out.
Skip, I'm talking about scoring the basketball.
But he smoked too many at the rim. He can't miss them bunnies, man. You got to make those bunnies.
Kevin Love leads all players.
No,
with 159.
He might lead them with missed layups too.
Who leads the NBA? Who leads the NBA in scoring in the playoffs?
Hypercritical of
Who
Kevin
leads
Love?
the NBA
he's
in
the
playoffs?
second-best player on the team. He got to show up.
Well, I hope it's LeBron.
No, why you hope that, Skip?
Well, it should be.
And he's
played the most minutes.
And he's probably what?
Yeah.
Top what?
productive.
3 in assists. Probably what? Top 5, top 6 in rebounding.
It
What's
was a
his
weird
defensive-
game for him last night because he had 0 assists in the
Defensive
second
win
half.
shares, ain't that your stat?
I love defensive win shares.
What's his defensive win shares in this?
It's probably getting better. I didn't
Oh,
look
plus.
this morning.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I know you don't want to look when it's good for
Well,
him.
it was 74th going into the game 3, 74th in the playoffs.
But
So you think
after
he's the
game- after game
74th
3?
best player in the playoffs?
Huh?
Is he the 74th best player in the playoffs?
No, but
So
on
then that's-
defense, that made him the second best player in the playoffs because Kevin Durant is the first best player.
I don't know about that.
Stop it, Skip.
Started.
Why you too
Stop
big for
it.
this? Skip, you too big to be playing like this on
I'm not
TV.
playing. I just
you know
put both
good
of you
well.
guys
You
in
know
place.
good well Kevin Durant is not a better player right now than LeBron James. Now stop it.
He
Skip.
close, but he not. It's
Close,
almost
but
like
he is.
No,
he's
close.
not.
Oh, he's close
It's
like
like-
LA is to
Just-
San Francisco or Sacramento.
Just watch what happens tonight to your Houston Rockets. I got Kevin Durant and you don't. That's what's going to happen tonight. Yeah.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You like Kevin?
I sure would love to see LeBron play with Draymond, Steph, and Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
But that'd be a good.
You know what I want to see? I want to see next year. I want to see LeBron play with James Harden and CP3.
I don't wanna see that.
Well, that's what he wants
No,
to see it.
I don't wanna
I
see
would
that.
like to see it so I could laugh.
Me and
I don't wanna see that.
Bron
We
and
need to
I,
stay in the East.
we thinking about staying home.
Are you?
Yeah.
We need some more help.
You better think
And
about
unload some of them
Philadelphia.
contracts.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Are you now?
You got to.
Got to. Don't worry about it. Skip.
LeBron is 59th out of 209 defensive.
See how you try to
59?
short him?
50.
50.
Well,
Yeah,
wait,
he said
wait,
74th.
He was, I said, going into game 3, and then guess what happened? He actually tried to play defense in game 3 and game 4.
Well, he's the number
He
one
actually had
offensive player.
2 steals last
He's
night.
the number one offensive player.
I'd take Kevin Durant. Kevin's a
what?
better scorer.
Yeah.
Kevin is a better scorer.
Yeah, but that I mean he.
Wait, you just
he's
agreed.
a better scorer, but
you just
all I'm
got
saying
shut
is that
down.
he's a better scorer, but LeBron has a higher scoring average. That's none of my business. Average more assists and more
What does
rebounds.
that mean? That's like Steph's not the most valuable, he's the most important.
Important.
What does
yeah.
that mean?
You know what it means?
He is the most
I don't
important.
know.
You know what it
It
means?
is not.
It is. You need.
So-
I don't know why you keep trying to
Kevin
shortchange
Durant.
GOAT. Why you keep trying to shortchange GOAT?
GOAT.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's the better scorer, and
He
he's
is
the
the
better
better scorer.
defender. So
I
Doesn't
wouldn't
that
say
add
he's a
up
better
to better
defender. When
player?
LeBron want to defend, LeBron can defend.
he
you-
can.
He's
Yeah.
just
When
picking
does
his
he
spots.
want to defend?
He's just picking his spots.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's how it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you
like-
got to think about Kevin Durant doesn't really have to play too much defense against Houston. They ISO. He's just standing in the corner,
No, he's
standing
What
still,
about that? What about
reserving
that?
his
What,
energy.
what about
Maybe
that
be
game?
somebody
He
at
had,
the
what
rim.
about that game? He had no assists.
LeBron had no assists in the whole second half last
He had
night.
3.
That's
though.
the second half, though.
Yeah.
Not
He
the
had
whole
3 for the game, and you're proud of that?
Your guy had 0.
Huh? He
And
had
you proud
5
of that?
rebounds and 3 assists.
7
How does
turnovers.
that
He wouldn't
happen?
feel like that was one
Yeah.
of his best.
You know what?
games
I'm
either.
glad you brought that up because LeBron was just clowning the Celtics last night. He was taking it so not seriously in the second half.
was.
He had 5 turnovers in the second half alone because he's just having fun.
He's
He
always
just-
gonna try stuff, Skip. That you like, bro. I'm like that. Look.
See, even you get
Well,
frustrated.
yeah, because he was throwing the ball. He was throwing the ball to Jeff Green in the corner like he was Ozzie Smith. He ain't a shortstop can pick the ball up on a quick hop.
Hit him in the feet.
Yeah, and then
Because
looked
he
at-
wanted the ball back. That's the
No,
trick. That's the
and-
trick. When
and
you want the
then
ball back,
He was
throw
trying
it
to
to his
bounce
feet.
it off his feet
And
back to
Skip,
him.
and then he looked at Jeff Green
you
like,
gotta
"What's
pick it
up?"
up, throw it
Jeff
right
like,
back to
What are you doing?
Jeff like, "You know my bad. You know when you play with a great player, because
Yeah,
John
you
sometimes
better.
hit me in the foot with the ball. My bad, dog. I should have
Yeah,
got
you
my hand
better,
up
or
under
you
the
wind
dirt
up
to
in
get
the
that.
doghouse.
My bad. That's mine. That's
Up
me.
under the
That's me.
dirt?
Yeah, I got to go up under the ground to get. Hey,
Yeah, because
good
you know
pass.
what?
Yeah, good pass.
You
Good
don't
pass.
go along
John
with
needs to
Bron.
dunk you, huh?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But the rest of them guys
Hey.
didn't get that. Hey,
Yeah.
that ball in my numbers.
Yep. Coach Bron will put you in the doghouse.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta
You
be
know,
careful.
hey, Tristan says, when he gives you those wraparound passes like
Yeah.
that, you better finish them or else you're not going to get any more. You understand it?
Yeah,
You understand it?
Yeah.
Now go ahead and say it, Skip with me. Goat James.
Goat James?
He just said it with you.
What?
Go, oh, go.
I'm saying it incredulously.
No, don't do that,
You,
Skip.
you can't even say it with a straight face.
Goat
Goat.
James.
Sheep James.
No, goat.
You got a sheep man.
No, you see the
You
big
do
old
the
horn.
basset.
You see the big old horn. You see the big old horn he has.
Sheep.
Hey, Ed, I'm getting ready. I get my win up.
You know what sheep do? They
I get
follow.
No.
Yeah, they follow.
Oh, goat.
Yeah.
They climb up in trees, all on top of buses. Go, we got.
Yeah.
I raised on farm.
Yeah,
know
I
that.
just can't wait for
Man, that
calves.
goat don't climb in no tree.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
How you think they get? How you ever heard of arganol and a coffee?
No,
the
I
goats
never
climb
heard
the
that.
trees.
Yeah,
they
goats
eat
are
it.
climbers. They climb
Yeah.
mountains.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
they climb out. I didn't know they climb up in the
Oh,
tree.
yeah.
They be chilling on the branch.
Trailing.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day. Thank you for
Capricorn,
enlightening me,
climbers.
brother.
This your boy agriculture.
Wow.
I took ag in high school, 1
Really?
and 2,
Yeah.
and I was in 4-H.
4-H?
Yeah.
FFA?
No, I wasn't no future former American,
No?
but I just took and tried to give him some easy credit.
You were a future fumbler, right?
I was trying to
Get that easy A.
I was trying to give you some easy credit. But I knew everything, Skip. I knew all about the cattle and the hogs and the pre and post emergence. I knew everything about crop. Growing up on the farm. Hey, they be cheating on my, hey, I finished my paper like 2 minutes. Y'all go and take a look at that. They passed that paper around because they know Sharpe had them A's up in the ag class. Sure did. And I was in home ec. Made a shirt too.
Wait, but you couldn't get in Georgia.
No. Them classes I did good in. It was them other ones. It was those mandatory. It was those mandatory that I was some slow.
We gotta leave it there. Eddie, thanks for joining us. No mercy. Hey guys, it's Joy Taylor. Before the show moves along, I wanted to talk to you about Buffalo Wild Wings. This time of year brings us two things, graduations and Father's Day, and the gifts that go along with them. Before you buy Dad another tie or that grad a balloon that will probably float away, ask yourself this. Does my dad or grad like wings or sports, or better yet, both? If the answer is yes, then get them a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. Right now, if you purchase $30 worth or more in-store or online, they'll give you a $5 bonus to keep for yourself. That's a gift that gives back. How generous of you. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. Terms and conditions apply. Now back to the show. No mercy. LeBron James is dominating in the playoffs, but tracking data has found that he averages the slowest speed of any player on the court in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Athletic's Jason Lloyd asked LeBron about that data after last night's game. LeBron said, quote, "That's the dumbest bleep I've ever heard. That tracking bleep can kiss my bleep. The slowest guy? Get out of here. Tell them how to track how tired I am after the game. Track that bleep. I'm #1 in the NBA on how tired I am after the game." Can you measure that? Someone is?
Yeah. They measure
what?
everything else.
His mama better tell him to wash his mouth out with soap, right? Like Steph.
Glow said, give it to him. Glow said, give it to him, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
Shannon, does LeBron have a point?
Absolutely. This is another. As my good friend, I love me some Skip. Skip say, what does your eyes tell you? Skip say he's an eye test guy. He a little slow to you, Skip?
Nope.
This is another stat that try to undermine LeBron James' greatness. The guy that slowest up the court. Really? Really? How quick is he getting to the basket, Skip? Because getting up the court don't do it. When he got the ball in his hand, he needed to get to the rim. How many times have he been stopped? Because as you mentioned last night, only 5 of his shots came outside of the paint, and 12 of those were at the rim. So clearly, he's still getting to the rim. But what he's been able to do through trial and error is that to pick his spots when he can get rest, because he still has a tremendous load. Now last night he didn't have to assist the ball, but to take that kind of pounding, Skip, to drive down, play in and play out, try to get to the rim and absorb contact, that's tedious. That takes something out of you. And although he didn't have the assist that he normally has, and he didn't rebound the ball like he normally does, to get 28 shots, it takes a lot. Kyle Korver told a story of how Allen Iverson said, you think it's easy to get 30 shots? Do you know how hard you have to work to get open to shoot that many shots a game? Now, I know somebody made it look easy, Joy, but we ain't talking about that. We talking about LeBron and this tracking data. My eyes tell me...
You just give Jordan a compliment?
I didn't say nothing about no Jordan. I say we'll talk about that later. I'm talking about LeBron. And this information that they keep trying to put out there about LeBron being slow up the court is misleading, because they're not giving you the context of his workload of scoring, rebounding, assisting the basketball. So, yeah, you might say, okay, yeah, there's some times that JR will bring the ball up the court. Why is LeBron sprinting to the other end? Walk up, conserve some of that energy, because they know when the rubber meets the road in the fourth quarter, he will have the ball in his hands, and he will make the right decision, be it shoot the basketball or to pass it. So they can take, I'm like LeBron, y'all can take all this, and LeBron say, get that, but FOH. That's what I say.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's what he said? Oh,
That's what LeBron said. That's what LeBron said. He said it.
Okay, I got it.
Old GOAT James.
Okay, so let's put this in your favorite word, context. This is his average speed for all the minutes he's on the floor, and obviously there are going to be times when he's walking.
Yes.
He might walk off to the side on offense if he needs a little blow and let JR take a shot,
Correct.
or Kyle Korver take a shot, or whatever.
Jeff Green.
Work over there,
Yes.
let George Hill work 2-on-2 with Kevin Love. He plays pretty good 2-on-2 over there. So that happens every once in a while. And as we talked about on defense, occasionally he'll just play that one-man zone in the middle, and he won't be running to the perimeter. So his average speed starts to fall because he's walking. And again, if you look at during the regular season, he walked 74.4% of the time that he was on the court. In the postseason, it's gone up to 78.7. So let's round up to 79% of the time when LeBron's on the postseason basketball court, he's walking. Well, that's going to drag down his overall speed.
Correct.
But clearly, I don't know, LeBron at 33 is still top 10 with the ball in his hand in speed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably not John Wall. I don't think he's Lonzo, because Lonzo can fly when he gets flying down.
A Russell Westbrook, somebody like that with the ball in their hand.
No, Lonzo, on all those tracking things, he was a top 2 or 3 throughout the year. When he gets going downhill with the ball in his hand.
But he ain't going to put the ball in the basket, so
okay, well, all right. But I'm just saying, with ball in hand, high speed down the court, just flat out speed. LeBron still, I think he's top 10 with the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
When he gets rolling, man, downhill, you want to talk about freight train.
And the reason why it's uptick, if you remember, Skip, he led the NBA in minutes played in the regular season at 37. That's gone up in the playoffs to about 42. So he's playing 5 extra minutes. So you would expect him to slow down even more because he's playing 5 more minutes, and the games are more critical. They have finality to them. They're not like a regular season game. It's on to the next, Skip. You lose 4 of these. You lose 4 games in a row in the regular season. Oh, that's no big deal. We can turn it around. Okay. Lose 4 games in the playoffs and you're going home.
All right. Now, allow me to make a quick statement that I made last night on Facebook Live after the game. I'm going to say it again here on live TV on Undisputed. My problem evaluating Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, or let's just do LeBron. My problem in evaluating LeBron is you. Because we're on a debate show, so constantly you're telling me across the table that LeBron is now the greatest player in the history of basketball, that he's greater than Michael Jordan. So recently I've been stopped on the street, I don't know, we could ask Ernestine, 3 or 4 times by big LeBron fans who are very nice to me, but they say, hey, you're too hard on LeBron because we know he's not quite as great as Michael was, but he's a really great LeBron. So, and I say, you understand, I'm on a debate show, and my partner across the table keeps telling me that LeBron has surpassed Michael Jordan. Okay. So I have no choice but to raise LeBron's bar night after night, morning after morning, way up here to Michael's bar.
Did you tell those LeBron fans, say, well, I don't really see a lie in what Shannon's saying? Yeah, Michael Jordan is great at scoring the basketball, but that's the only thing that he can do better than LeBron. Okay. He couldn't assist the basketball. He couldn't rebound the basketball better than...
So here I go again, back to this final quote from LeBron. Tell them to track how tired I am after the game. Track that bleep.
Yeah.
I'm number 1 in the NBA on how tired I am after the game.
Exactly.
So let's look back at Michael Jordan's 34-year-old finals in Chicago in 1998, his last Bulls run. In that whole playoff run, Michael averaged 42 minutes a game. So far in this playoffs, LeBron's 41 minutes. So Michael played 1 more minute a game than LeBron has played so far in these playoffs, and that was in 1998. And yet, I covered the team. I was around the team every day, and I knew Michael. Not once did he ever talk about being tired. I never heard a peep about him being tired or carrying a heavy load. He just did it. And I don't get this. You keep telling me, LeBron, now a year younger than Michael was in 1998, 33 to 34, you're telling me that he needs to rest on defense, and I can't get it through my brain.
He's resting on offense also,
Okay,
Skip, because remember, he's the slowest pace when they're on offense.
I never heard any of this about Michael because he didn't rest on either end. He made first-team all-defense that year at age 34 in 1998. He drove their defense. He was the point person of their defense. He attacked from the time.
So what were Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman doing all this time?
Okay, they were there, but again, Scottie didn't make the All-Star team, so there were no other Bulls All-Stars.
He missed 35 games.
But he didn't make it. He just didn't make it. And if he was that great, he just would have made it on reputation. He did not make it because the league knew at that point, and you weren't around then, you weren't watching closely the way I was. I was way into it. The league did not respect Scottie Pippen the way a lot of people outside Chicago.
And this is why the players, be it football, basketball, don't have respect for all-star games because guys are making it on reputation. You heard Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor? He just said Scottie Pippen should have made it on reputation, not on the merits of his play. The guy missed 35 games, but he should have made it because of his reputation, because up until that point, he was a 5-time champion. You see what you did there, Skip Bayless?
So at age 34, a year older than LeBron, Michael Jordan in those playoffs was #1 in usage rate, meaning he had the ball in his hands more than anybody else in the whole playoffs. Right now, LeBron is #3 in usage rate in these playoffs. So that means that Russell Westbrook and James Harden have had the ball in their hands more than LeBron James.
He's not going to pass Russell because Russell only played, 4 games, 5 games, and he's done.
But James has been playing high games.
But let me ask you, if you don't mind me asking, what am I supposed to do about that 1.5 year rest that Mike took off?
Okay, but you're just trying to change the subject because you got nowhere out of this.
Skip, the man took a 1.5 years off.
Okay.
What do you mean?
He was forced out.
I don't care why.
Okay.
That's inconsequential to me.
Okay.
Did he take that 1.5 years off with no playoff minutes, no basketball on those legs?
But you won't answer my question.
Okay,
yes, he did. We all know that.
Okay.
But how can LeBron at age 33 get so tired? He's Iron Man. You tell me he's the best conditioned athlete maybe in the history of basketball, and I give you that.
Yeah.
I'm there. But Michael, listen, you want to talk about a breakfast club? That's what they called it every morning with Tim Grover. Michael led that too. And it was Scotty and Ron Harper.
If you don't mind
and
me
let me finish. And Michael Jordan. Every morning at 6 a.m., they were at Michael's house in the gym with Tim Grover presiding every morning. They never missed. So all I hear is, LeBron's in the gym giving it this, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, okay, I give you that. But he gets tired. He leads the league in getting tired. Why? Michael never got tired.
Well, if he never got tired, why wasn't he playing all 48 minutes? Will Chamberlain once played 48.5 minutes a game in the regular season.
Okay.
So why isn't Michael playing all 48?
Well, I told you, he's
Why?
playing more minutes than LeBron's playing right now.
Okay, I know.
And LeBron's tired.
Skip.
He's the tiredest man in the NBA.
If you don't mind me asking.
How could that be?
Skip, do you realize that LeBron James just passed Michael Jordan in minutes played? Just passed him.
That LeBron James has just passed him how?
In minutes played in the playoffs. But
Just passed him?
Yeah, he has 2,000 more minutes than Michael.
He has 2,263 more. Just passed him?
Yeah.
Well, that's like 3 years. What are you talking about?
Skip, when you get swept, when you go home early, you don't get to get played. They don't get to say, well, you know what? Michael would have played 41 minutes and the series would have went 5 games. You got to be in the playoffs long periods of time, Skip.
So he got swept out of the playoffs.
But you know what's
He only went 6-0 in the finals. What do you want?
Okay, so what happened in 85, 86, 87, 88, 89,
He played
and
in the
90?
tough conference, the East.
Don't do that, Skip.
It was the beast.
But did you know this, Skip?
Yeah.
Do you know this, that LeBron James in year 15, Michael Jordan played, how many years did he play? 14? He played 14 years. Do you know that in 15 years that LeBron James has not taken more shots than Michael Jordan?
Yep.
And he played 1 more year, Joy. I'm trying to figure out how is that possible. And
because
Michael took a year.
Michael carried the whole scoring load and was the best defender all at the same time. Final game of his career in Chicago, Game 6 at Utah. He scored 45 of their 87 points. That's more than half their points. And he led all players with 4 steals, including the key one on Karl Malone at the end of the game.
For 2.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yep.
What are you talking
Dennis
about?
Rodman.
Dennis Rodman's just standing there.
No, he wasn't. He had to
guarding.
stop it, Skip.
Oh, please.
I ain't gonna let you do that to Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is the greatest loaded rim rebounder ever. Yeah. And he was a 2-time defensive player of the year.
It wasn't a block shot, it was a steal.
And Dennis Rodman had him posted up.
And then Michael dribbled the whole length of the court. Scotty's over on the wing saying, I'm open,
and
I'm open.
Off.
And Michael said,
what would the 2
everybody pushed off. That's the way the game was played at that point. This is back before your time. You don't get this.
So we doing what everybody does now?
He held the pose.
Joy.
And it was over.
Joy, when you try to do something,
by the way,
you tell your mom that's what everybody's doing.
It was a shot of win or lose. They're down a point. So if you miss, you lose.
Skip.
In Game 7's in Utah.
Exactly.
Wow.
So there was gonna be. It wasn't like if he missed that shot, they lose the series, right?
No, but
so there was
you
no
lose
pressure.
that game.
So there was no pressure. That's what you told me, Skip.
Yeah,
you told me that it has to be finality to it. In order for it to be, Rob Parker said right there, and you said there must be finality to this.
You still will not explain to me how Iron Man, LeBron James, with all the vibranium in the world at his disposal, how he could get tired. How does he get tired?
Woku trial.
And everybody. all the blind witnesses go along. Yeah, LeBron's got to rest on defense. He's got to rest on offense because he's carrying such a heavy load. He's not carrying the load that Jordan carried. I don't think he's carrying.
Actually, no. He might not be carrying the scoring load.
The defensive load.
What about the rebounding and the assist? So what? What about that, Skip? What are we going to do about these numbers? LeBron is third in assists in playoffs. What are we going to do about that? He's seventh in rebounding.
What takes more energy, passing or scoring? I think scoring
Or
does.
rebounding. Or rebounding.
Oh, please. LeBron could average 12 a game if he wanted to.
But that's what you said about Michael. You said Michael if he wanted to. So when have you ever known Michael to want to do something and not do it?
I don't know. I just don't get this. How at age 33, you're the tiredest man in the NBA?
Yeah.
What?
Because he's played the most minutes in the playoffs and in the regular season. And he's still cooking folk.
Okay.
Still.
I feel
Someone's
sorry.
in the kitchen at Morris.
Yeah.
So you remember that?
Slow cooking, though, right?
He dropped that deep fried him.
No mercy. The Warriors blew out the Rockets by 41 on Sunday, and they now have a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 is tonight in Oakland, where the Warriors have won an NBA record 16 straight playoff games. Despite all that, Mike D'Antoni thinks the pressure is still on the Warriors. Let's take a listen.
Right now, to me, Golden State has all the pressure. They got to win tomorrow night. We should come in with a little bit of swagger and giddy up in our game and see if we can get it.
Shannon, which team has more pressure tonight?
Is he bull jabbing or he for real, Joy?
Serious?
He couldn't keep a straight face when he was trying to say that.
Skip, the Rockets are under immense pressure. All the pressure's on them. If Golden State loses, it's 2-2. The Rockets know if they lose this game, it's 3-1. They're not winning 3 games in a row. I understand, Mike, you're trying to keep your guys loose, but it's too late for that. Once they lost game 1, there was no more looseness to this.
Yep.
You're up against it. You said you wanted home court. Daryl Morey built this team, says we can beat them at their own game. We can outshoot them. We want home court. We beat them, 2-3 times in the regular season? Clint Capella said, yeah, we got their number.
He did. He said we're better.
We're better than them. And now all of a sudden, they just hung a Nowitzki on you. Beat you by 41, and you're going to talk about all the pressure on them. That's your fault, Mike, because you're the one. You said it didn't matter how far you went in the playoffs, that your success was not going to be determined how far you go in the playoffs together. So he's been saying dumb things for a long, long time.
That's a fact.
But this might have topped it. You're down 2-1. You're in their building. They've won 16, which is an NBA, they tied the NBA record or broke the NBA record for most consecutive playoff home wins. And you talk about the pressures on them?
Yep.
You better hope you can have the game close going into the fourth quarter.
Yep.
You and I both know, Skip, if the Houston Rockets lose this game, there will not be a game 7. I don't even believe there might be a game 6. But Mike D'Antoni is being disingenuous when he says the pressure is on the Warriors. The pressure's on your ball club. Because if you go down 3-1, it's a wrap, bruh.
It's just desperation. He's just flailing, reaching, trying for any little thing that he can come up with, trying to somehow put the pressure back on Golden State. And I guess mathematically you could argue that the pressure's still on Golden State because if they do lose tonight, home court advantage is obviously Houston's, okay? I get that. But we all know all the pressure is on Houston in large part because we have just seen over the last 2 games playoff James emerge.
Right.
Way off James, as in Harden, because he, in the last 2 games, is 5 for 21 from 3, and we've seen that act before, haven't we?
Yes.
And this last game 3, it sure looked like Chris Paul was more Cliff Paul. Didn't he look like Cliff Paul out there? I don't know who he was. Yeah. Okay. So I think we've already seen, and I think the Rockets now know that Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are just better than James Harden and Chris Paul. They just are.
Yeah.
So it just boils down to that. So all they can hope for is that Golden State goes crazy cold from 3. Right. That's the only way you beat them in their building.
But here's the thing, though, Skip, is that James Harden has had this for over the last 3 regular seasons. He's had these phenomenal years.
Yeah.
And now he's getting to the playoff time, and that's what everybody. Well, I know what James Harden's going to do in the regular season. I mean, he led the NBA in scoring. He was like 3rd in assists.
Yeah.
Last year he led the 2 years ago he led the league in assists. So we know what he can do. But they're like, okay, when is he going to put these regular season numbers and bring those into the playoffs?
Yep.
That's what separates it because
I don't know.
he had that monster game 1. And then ever since then, it's kind of been like, okay, James, what's going on?
He's had a lot of monster game 1s and a lot of playoff series, and then what?
he's gonna have to play better because they still remember that game 6. What happened in your building 2 years ago? I mean, last year.
It was his building.
Yeah, they remember what you did.
Yeah.
You got beat by almost 50 in your building
And there was
without their best player.
No Kawhi and no Tony Parker.
So I don't know how you're gonna live this down. But look, I guess Coach said sometimes you got to lie to him, Joy. When you're a coach, when you know you got no chance, Skip. Sometimes you got guys. We can beat this team, and in the back of your mind, we ain't finna beat this team. They finna hang by 50. But you got to lie to them. Sometimes you got to lie to them, Skip.
That is correct.
Yeah, there been times I give pep talk like, hey, if we just do this, this, and this, we got this. I saw us practice this week. You're not better with it. Dude.
So I cannot lie about all that matters to me tonight, which is my Diet Mountain Dew bet with you on this game, because you took Houston straight up for a whole case of Diet Mountain Dew.
Can I move that to Game 5?
No, you cannot move that. But you got a big break.
What?
It sounds like Iguodala's not going to play. He's doubtful. He did have an MRI on his
Now, if you'd have told me Kevin Durant wasn't going to play, if you'd have told me Steph Curry wasn't going to play, or maybe Clay or Draymond.
Yep. Iggy, former finals MVP, right?
The man won Finals MVP, Joey, because he held LeBron James to 35, 13, and 9. But anyway, hold on. I don't see Kevin Durant. I don't see Clay or Steph or Draymond on the injury report. Oh, they good.
I could be in trouble.
No, Skip, I done made the bet. Can I move it? I want the same bet, but I just want to move it back a game.
Give me 2 points, just 2 points. I need help.
In Game 5.
No, now.
No.
Yeah.
Skip, can I just move the bet?
No. You made the bet. You volunteered the bet. I said Houston would not win either of the games in Golden State, and you said they're going to win Game 4. I said case of do. You said case of do. You said it. Period. End of story.
Well, I want the same bet, but I just want to move it back a game.
No, you can't do that.
It's like you haven't been late, Joe. You've been late.
You know what I'll do?
Something.
I know
I'm supposed to pay you on the 1st, but can I pay you on the 3rd?
Yeah. I told you yesterday, if I do win this case tonight, we will then bet it on Game 5. And I will take straight up Golden State at Houston, and they'll probably be a small underdog. Like they'll be a
probably
2
not.
point. Probably they will.
Okay.
Is that a deal?
So now you force me. I gotta take the Rockets when they've been playing like some.
You took them. I didn't take them.
You forced me to.
I did not. You volunteered it. I didn't say a word about it.
Well, I thought they could win a game. Huh? But then you ain't gonna tell me they're gonna get beat by 41 in the first game.
Well, I didn't know. I thought.
But they did. Oh, look, they had a very similar situation to what Boston experienced last night. They missed a lot of dunks. They missed a lot of layups.
Okay.
Clean that up.
Okay. Now you're trying to reinforce your
I don't feel
insecurity.
I don't really feel comfortable with that.
I didn't think so.
Why would you take advantage of that, Skip?
I didn't. You threw it out there, and I said, okay, case to do. You said yes.
I said they could win a game, probably Game 4.
You didn't say probably. You said they will.
I said probably.
So we're good.
You put due on it. You
good.
forced me. If I took this to court, I've made this bet under duress.
Remember, I got Kevon Looney in the starting lineup tonight. This will be his 9th start of his NBA career.
You also got Kevin Durant starting. You got Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond.
I hope so.
When did you get not confident about Game 4? What happened?
When James Harden started laying them eggs like that. And then Trevor Ariza and P.J. Tucker didn't bring Game 2 to Game 3.
See, you got prisoner of the momented in Game 2, because that's when you made the bet. You saw them win Game 2 at home, and you said,
let's go, Rockets. I ride with them.
Good. Now we got it. Now we're
forced
good.
me to.
Yep. Here we go.
Watch James Harden drop 40
You're
pieces
so
on
easily pushed into that stuff.
James Harden gonna drop a 40-piece on y'all.
You better hope so.
Yeah, for real.
No mercy.
Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski were not at the start of OTAs for the Patriots yesterday. Brady usually has been present, leading to speculation of his unhappiness with Bill Belichick. As for Gronk, multiple reports say he is working on restructuring his contract with the team, but Pro Football Talk reports he should arrive at some point. Shannon, is this a big deal or no big deal?
Skip, I think it's a big deal because I think it goes to the dysfunctionality of what's going on in New England, something that we have not seen in I don't know if we've ever seen it. Because in 2013, Tom Brady talked about how Coach Belichick said when you hear OTAs, and it's just OTAs, but it's not. It lays the foundation for everything that you want to accomplish. It leads into minicamp leading to training camp, you had a good training camp, leads into a good first half, good second half, da-da-da-da-da. So now maybe he doesn't believe what Coach Belichick is saying. Because I get it. Tom Brady doesn't need the reps. Tom Brady, granted, if you remember, even when he was suspended, he showed up for OTAs because why, Skip? Old Jimmy G was lurking. So now I'm starting to think he didn't need the reps. He doesn't need the reps now. He's known this offense frontwards and backwards for, say, since year 3, 4 at the very latest, maybe even year 2 to 3. So he doesn't need the reps. He knows the offense. He tells you in time versus time how much he loves playing. He loves practice. He loves being around his teammates. He can watch film for hours and hours on end. They're going to be doing it at OTAs, yet he's not there. See, Skip, the way this Patriot thing worked, it worked because the best player was their hardest worker, and he was there. That's the Patriots way. When you get the best player, which is the hardest worker, and he's there working hard, what's the expectation for everybody else? Because he's also set the table for how everybody gets paid. Because Tom Brady has done what, Skip? Always taking less than market value. So when everybody else says, I need my paper, well, you got to take less than market value. They're like, what the hell Tom Brady got to do with me?
Yep.
They say, well, he played for less, you got to play for less. So I think this is a deal, Skip, because it sends a message like, okay, what we thought is starting to be true. That they can, wipe it down. They're probably going to release a statement today that Tom Brady has something scheduled in his itinerary that came up and he'll be here. Yeah, eventually they will be there. We know they're going to be there for training camp and for the season. But I don't like the message that this is sending.
Actually, Bill Belichick was just asked after OTAs today about Tom Brady's absence, and he said, I'm not going to talk about the guys that aren't here. Woo. The guy who's not there.
He said guy. He ain't call his name.
He just called him a guy. He's the reigning MVP?
Yeah, he ain't here, so he a guy.
Oh, the guys who aren't here. I'm just not going to talk about them.
Nope.
Oh, Gronkowski, you say he's the best tight end in football.
He
maybe
is.
maybe as great a receiving threat.
Yeah, he tried to get old. He tried to pass old Goat Sharp.
Interesting.
He tried to pass old Goat Sharp. Old Goat
Now you're the
Gronkowski.
GOAT after you gave it up to Gronk about 2 years ago, as I recall. But, the case you just made sounded like you were saying that Tom Brady has been the more valuable Patriot over Bill Belichick.
Well, what he is, Skip, is that the coach can preach all he wants to, but you got to have a leader that's going to be there and implement what you're trying to get across because they see Tom Brady. Okay, Tom is the best player. He's the hardest worker. He's here.
Yeah.
How do you get to say, well, I'm not coming to OTAs or I'm not doing off-season conditioning if that guy's there with all these a handful of Super Bowl rings and MVPs?
Yep.
How do you get to say, I'm not going to do it?
Just remember, Bill Belichick, in the 5 seasons before Tom Brady fell out of the sky into his lap, he had 4 losing seasons out of 5, including his first season in New England when they went 5-11, and they were off to an 0-2 start when Tom Brady hit the field because Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah, Mo Lewis.
Yeah, right in the chest. And life changed, and dynasty started, right?
Yes.
They needed the Tuck rule. I give you that. They needed that. That was a terrible call, and they got it, but that launched the dynasty. But you look back at this, and the best player bought what a lot of the players thought was the coach's BS, right?
Yes.
Like, that's a bunch of BS
Yes.
that this guy's trying to enforce upon us. But the best player, the quarterback, said, no, I love this.
Oh, yeah.
I love this guy. I'm going to do everything that he says. That'll work.
Yep.
That's how Rome was built.
Yep.
And now Rome is falling because the quarterback continues to rebel against the head coach because the head coach, in the quarterback's eyes, has rebelled against him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead,
Skip.
remember what Tom just said a couple of weeks back? He was asked, do you feel appreciated by the New England Patriots? And he said, I plead the fifth? Really? The reigning MVP at age 40 says, I plead the fifth?
Right.
Are you happy, Tom? I have my moments. You have your moments? Remember, I'm pretty sure he felt belittled and sort of dismissed, scoffed at by the head coach after he did suffer a gash in the base of his thumb that required, he said, 12 stitches to close.
Me saying it's not a big deal, me saying it's not a constitutional crisis is one thing. Your head coach saying that is something entirely
just
different.
Dismissed it.
Very. And so the thing is, Skip, it also with Tom Brady is like no matter what the practice schedule is, no matter how late or how hard it is, it might be raining or it might be cold, but John never said, man, it's cold, I hope we go inside, or I hope we don't have practice. Well, if he said, if he didn't have a problem with it, how could we have a problem with it?
Yep.
Tom Brady, whatever Coach Belichick has said, he's echoing it. So if he's echoing it, you can't have a problem with it, but now, who's there to echo that message that Coach Belichick is trying to get out?
I don't know.
See, Gronk feels emboldened because he's boys with Tom. See, Gronk is always Gronk, and I've said this from the very beginning. Skip, Gronk has always been about this contract extension. This was
I'm with you.
He was never going to retire until about do movies. He was never going to the WWE. Gronk wanted his paper. Gronk like, I need to be making Julio Jones. I need to be making Antonio Brown because I'm equally as valuable. I think he's the greatest offensive weapon in football. That's a non-quarterback on that side of the ball. But Gronk is like, gee, Tom, my guy. So what? Tom ain't showing up. I ain't showing up either.
Okay, I got you. And remember, neither of those guys will probably ever get over the Malcolm Butler episode in the Super Bowl. I just don't think they will.
Because it's a loss, Skip.
Yeah. And I also read yesterday in one of the New England pieces, I think it was the Boston Globe piece, that Brady has had some discussions over his contract, and I didn't know how to interpret that as to gear down or gear up. Like, is it possible that he's now saying, wait a second,
like,
I'm that reigning MVP and I'm taking
Matt
hometown
Ryan,
discount?
I beat Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins got all this bread, $28 million. Matt getting 30 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo, my backup's 27 and a half. Andrew Luck's 20. No. Now, Mr. Kraft said Tom and his representative have not come to him about extension or contract. Says if and when that becomes a problem, we'll address it at that point in time.
Yep.
So I'm going to have to take Mr. Kraft at his word that they have not approached him about extending. I think they feel comfortable with 2 years. Look, Mr. Kraft, he doesn't have a problem paying Tom Brady, but it's hard for me to believe that he wants to extend, give Tom Brady, say, $50, $60 million, and then Tom Brady plays 2 years. I know Tom says he wants to play 5.
Yep.
But the law of averages says, we on borrowed time here, Tom.
I still think he'll play till 45. I also think when it's mandatory, he will show up.
Yeah.
But as you know, he has always said that when it's not mandatory is when you win the next Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's when you lay the foundation, right? You're working harder than all those teams on your schedule, or so you believe in your locker room. And now they cannot believe that in their locker room.
No.
Right?
Because he's not there. Skip, he's the leader. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest, but his mere presence. And he could echo everything Coach Belichick, even sometimes you know Coach bull jiving you, but then with the leaders, like, hey, yeah, man, this works. And when you had that level of success that they've had, how do you argue against it?
Yep.
So now what's the argument for Tom not being there? He knows the offense. He's been on the offense. Well, he doesn't need the reps. He's never needed the reps.
Yep.
So why all of a ludden, after what came out in late December, early January, right before the Jacksonville game that came out, that they Mr. Kraft ordered Coach Belichick to do this, and it's been a steady flow since. It's not looking good. I mean,
no. Is it possible this week or next week Tom Brady will be in what's it called, Big Sky, Montana, with Julian Edelman and Chris Hogan throwing passes, running routes?
Going back to Cutter, back on the back of a camel again. You know, he like the phone. Skip, you know, he on social media awful lot. You tell people to stay off social media. He been on. He was out there with a camel.
Yeah, he is promoting Tom Brady more than he's ever promoted.
Yeah, I told you that.
Yeah.
Do more promoting than me. I don't even promote Shay like that.
Are you kidding?
I refuse to.
You refuse to? Joy, help me out. What?
You don't see me on the back of no
all
camel.
you do.
I mean,
What I do? I ain't bothering nobody. I ain't harmed. Nobody was harmed in the making of that goat.
You post pictures of everything you eat except the bad stuff.
I don't eat the bad, Skip.
Yeah, you
I
do.
had salads yesterday. My stomach's rumbling now. I need to, But I get like 1 or 2 meals.
You get that cheat day on Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, it all depends. But at this point, it depends on which day. But the thing is, Skip, as I start reaching that milestone, I'm like, I'm becoming a little bit more reflective, Joy, because it used to be a time where, I ate for survival. I didn't eat for enjoyment. I'm finding myself now enjoying a little more what I'm doing.
oh, you discovered food.
Yeah, guess what I had for the first time? Baked cauliflower.
Yeah.
Man, that thing bang, bang,
I
Skip.
had baked cauliflower last night.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, that's
Did you have cheese on it?
No.
No, they
I've done away with
it.
dairy.
Baked or fried, and then you have like a little buffalo sauce. It's like a substitute.
No, I ain't do no sauce.
You don't like sauce?
No, I don't do the sauce.
You sure it was baked and not fried?
It was baked, yeah.
Oh.
I do the same. I got the meal prep you got.
Oh, you do it from that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so see.
I'd give him a shout out, but
Daddy got to give me,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No mercy. The Browns' #1 overall pick Baker Mayfield was at the Q last night to cheer on the Cavs. The Browns start their OTAs today, and Hugh Jackson has already named Tyrod Taylor as his starting quarterback. But yesterday, Tyrod had to answer questions about Baker. Let's take a listen.
Whoever was taken doesn't necessarily bother me or, like I said, welcome them to the team. But my mindset when I first came into the league is prepare each and every day as a starter and continue to keep pushing yourself. And now I'm here to help turn this organization around and help win games, and I'm looking forward to doing that. It's part of the job. It's part of being a leader, being able to take on questions, even the days that you don't want to take them on.
Shannon, how big of a threat is Baker to Tyrod?
He's a huge threat. Not only was he a first-round pick, he was the #1 overall pick, and he plays the quarterback position. That's the position that the Cleveland Browns felt they needed the most. So they took this young man #1 overall. So there's tons of pressure. And Tyrod Taylor's going to feel it. Now, he handles it the right way. I'm going to go out here. I have the right mindset. I'm going to go out here to prepare as if I'm going to be the starter. And if and when I'm told that's not going to be the case, I'm still going to prepare. But he knows he's up against it, Skip. He knows it's just a matter of time because this situation is not like what the Pittsburgh Steelers had with Ben Roethlisberger and Tommy Maddox. Maddox got hurt first game, Ben comes in. But this team, the Steelers were built at that time to go contend for titles right away.
Yep.
I don't believe the Cleveland Browns are constructed. Now, I do believe they'll be a lot better. They get a whole full season of Josh Gordon. They signed Jarvis Landry.
Yep.
Njoku is back at tight end. They signed Chubb. They got Carlos Hyde.
Yep.
So they're better offensively. But Tyrod knows he has to play well. And if that offense starts to falter or he's not playing well, we want Baker. We want Baker. And it's going to be sooner rather than later.
Yep.
So he knows he's up against it. It's just a matter of time. It's just how long can he fight him off?
So consider the audacity last night of this kid, Baker Mayfield. He attends his first big Cavaliers game during their OTAs, the Browns. And just help me out here. If you're trying to ingratiate yourself with the Cavaliers/Cleveland fans, wouldn't you wear a 23 LeBron jersey if you're going to wear a Cleveland jersey? He wears his own number on a Cavs jersey. He wears number 6, which is his football number, on a Cavs jersey. Again, he's saying, look at me, I'm your new number 6, I'm your savior, but I'm here to support my man LeBron, right?
Skip, I don't think he looked like I did in my jersey yesterday. You think that?
No.
I mean, he waving and he stopped waving and something is still moving on the bottom of his arm. I'm just saying, Skip, that ain't none of my business. I don't even know why I brought it up.
You two have something in common, which is body fat, but that's...
Don't do that, Skip. You not lower than me.
Can we get a case of do on
We
that?
get a harder
for
case
right
of do-
after the show?
whatever.
Right after the show?
Whatever.
Can we do it,
We
please?
do whatever.
Can we do the test
They
for
already
body
know.
fat?
We could do a picture.
Oh.
We could just take our shirt off, go do a picture and
We
post
don't.
it.
I want to do the
Do side by
machine.
side.
I want to do the machine. I want to do the machine right after the show.
That's what a camera is, a machine. We let the people be the judge. We put it to the fan vote. We let the
Somebody
fan
backed
decide.
into something he can't get out of.
I ain't trying to get out of nothing. They already saw what O'Shea Sharpe looked like.
Are we
Old Goat Sharpe.
we're debating body fat measurements?
Yeah, Skip
Yes,
man.
we are.
Skip man, because I'm tore up.
I'm not mad at all. I'm just 7%, and you're like 17%.
Wait,
But that's
just-
okay.
wait,
So back
disappearing
to
like
the
Clinton
business
email.
at hand. Baker Mayfield is waving a towel, exhorting the
Email
Cleveland
call.
fans as if he's been a regular at the game for years, right? Like he's one of those. He's one of you,
Yes,
right?
yes.
What? That's your first game. Like the audacity of
I don't
this
know if I've
kid.
ever seen another quarterback do that, Skip. Can you imagine Tom Brady going
No.
or Drew Brees or one of these elite quarterbacks
Right.
waving a towel like
And
that?
it's kind of like he's jumping on the bandwagon because remember, he's done exactly nothing in the National Football League.
Right.
And LeBron's done a few things.
yeah,
He's done a few things. And he was doing something last night. He was scoring 44,
Yeah,
right?
But it's hard not to get behind LeBron, Skip.
Okay,
I mean,
but I'm not sure he was behind LeBron. I think he was saying, I'm here. I'm waving the towel. So I have always been a big Tyrod fan. I've defended him on national TV because he's high character. He's mentally tough. He's gamer, baller, playmaker. He's underrated. He went 8-6 as a starter of the Bills last year, and they did, even though he lost his job for a game at the end of the year, they made the playoffs, right?
Yep.
And then he gets traded on March the 9th, ahead of the draft, to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I'm sure his first thought is, well, maybe this is like
Right.
a fresh start, but Are they going to take Saquon with the first pick or not? And I thought for a while, a lot of people were making the case they were going to take Saquon Barkley with Tyrod, and they'll go forward with Tyrod for, I don't know, 3 or 4 more years, because he's got that in him as a starter for sure.
Absolutely.
Right? And instead, all of a sudden, whammo, they do an about-face and shock the world. They take Baker Mayfield with the first overall pick. And now you can see the handwriting on the locker room wall, because this kid is, as Hugh Jackson called him, he is the Pied Piper. He was the Pied Piper of Oklahoma football, and you told that story about he was there for Baker's pro day. He walked in the OU facility, saw Baker walk in another door, and he made some weird noise, some little cackle noise, and down the hall he heard a whole bunch of OU players make the noise back to Baker like the Pied Piper's here, right?
Right.
He is a lightning rod leader. He will take over Hard Knocks, because they're going to be the Hard Knocks team during the training camp this year. And I'm pretty sure he'll start from day one. I'm just pretty sure, because there'll be a groundswell. Now, again, he's got to outplay Tyrod, which is not that easy.
The thing is, Skip, that we thought Deshaun Watson, and we both said if it's close, go ahead and play Deshaun.
Yeah,
but
and he didn't, and that was a mistake.
We both believe that Tyrod Taylor is better than Tom Savage. So
way better.
So I think
way
I think
better.
Baker have a little tougher mountain to climb. But Skip, the last time a quarterback taken #1 overall and didn't start was Carson Palmer in 2003.
Yep.
Normally, when you take these guys #1 overall, they play sooner than later.
And I saw a quote from another new Brown, Demarius Randall, who was with Green Bay last year and unfortunately caught that pick 6 against my team. Remember that? Demarius Randall said yesterday, everybody can feel Baker's swagger, because you can just feel it, because he walks on the playing field like he owns it, right? Okay, so he's got that going for him. Can he back it up? I think he will. Maybe not immediately, but to your point, you got Josh Gordon and Jarvis Landry and Corey Coleman and Njoku.
Yep.
My
and
Cowboys, my Cowboys would take any one of those guys and be better off.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Every last one of those receivers are better than everybody you got.
That's true. Every one of those guys is better than anybody I got.
I don't mean to throw this out there, Skip, but did you see? They say the Cowboys have the worst receiving core in the NFL.
I'm sure they do at this moment. I mean, how could you not?
At every moment.
Well, not at every moment.
Yeah. I feel very comfortable saying
that could change.
Who they going? Who they gonna get?
I don't know. You never know what.
Oh,
maybe Michael Gallup emerges.
Y'all gonna make a trade for Odell?
Maybe Rico Gathers reemerges from his head injury. He could be a difference maker. He could be as good as Njoku, or maybe better. Maybe. Yeah.
Even if he Gronk, y'all still. What about them outside guys?
Yeah.
What about them guys outside?
All I know is we got the best running back in football, so we're good to go.
No.
And we got a top 5 quarterback, so we're good to go.
Skip.
Top 5.
Hold up. I thought of top 100 players, he was like somewhere like 54.
I don't know.
You know.
Top 5. That's all
No.
I know.
He was top 10 last year.
So let's not talk about them. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns, because they do have Carlos Hyde and Nick Chubb.
Yes.
And Duke Johnson.
Yes.
That'll work. So you can flip it to any of these guys, and you can hand it to any of these 3 guys. Right. And you know what? This offense is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I believe so. I definitely believe, well, they can't do any worse. I mean, 1 in 31 of the last 2 years.
I'd say.
But there's no question, Skip. I can see them winning 5 or 6 ball games.
Yeah.
They're going to be better offensively. I believe they'll be better defensively. And you can't. They led the league in turnovers. You can't turn interceptions. Excuse me. You can't turn the ball over like that, Skip. When you're bad. When you're a bad football team, the one thing you cannot do is turn the ball over.
And I told you one thing about Baker Mayfield is he's a careful risk taker. And I don't know if that's like an oxymoron, but it applies to this kid, because he will try things where you'll say, "Uh-oh," and he doesn't throw interceptions. He threw 41 touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
Now you do know, in the AFC North, they play defense over there. That ain't the Big 12.
No, I'll buy that, and I agree. That's a fair point, and that will be a learning curve for him.
And I know Oklahoma gets a little cold, it gets a little windy, but you know,
like
Cincinnati and Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Baltimore, it get real cold.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, it may get cold in that huddle occasionally, but I don't know. I think I just feel sorry for Tyrod Taylor. I think.
Yeah, he should have had but he should have. I agree with you, Skip. Now, I don't agree with you much, but he should have had a LeBron jersey on.
Yeah.
You can't come to the game with your own number.
Your own
But
number on?
It looked like that was given
team.
to him at the game.
I was like, no, give me LeBron.
Did it have
get a Kevin
Mayfield?
Love.
Did it have Baker on the back?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they probably made it.
It's like, give me a Love or a Braun. That's what he should have got. That's what I would have got.
Well, you would have you probably would have put on an 84.
No. Yeah, you the old GOAT. You see old GOAT James?
GOAT James.
Well, that was something, huh? Bill O'Brien started Tom Savage for half a game.
Yeah. at the half. The man done threw. We threw like 5 picks. They got sacked like 7 times.
7 times.
In that first half.
And then what happened? The next game, and the next game, and the next game.
Well, Deshaun Watson came in at the half.
You really you needed another half to figure it out.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. Join us again same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.